Have you ever noticed something strange about phone calls? Someone can be thousands of miles away from you, maybe even on another continent. They press the call button and your phone starts ringing almost immediately. No delay that you can notice. No waiting screen that feels long enough to explain what is happening. It just rings. But think about this for a moment. Between you and that person are cities, countries, and even oceans. So how does a tiny action on their phone reach yours so fast? And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your voice does not travel across the world the way most people imagine. In fact, your words may turn into digital signals that race through glass cables under the ocean at nearly the speed of light. And all of this happens before you even say hello. What you think is a simple phone call is actually one of the most advanced invisible systems ever built by humans. And once you understand it, you will never hear your ringtone the same way again. Welcome to You Know What. Let's understand, why does your phone ring instantly even if the caller is thousands of miles away? Many of us assume that when someone calls you, the network starts searching for your phone and then finally connects the call. But that is not how modern mobile networks work. Your phone is not sitting idle waiting to be found. It is constantly talking to nearby cell towers, not in a conversation you can hear, but in small background updates. It keeps telling the network that it is active. It also shares its approximate location area through the nearest tower. This means the network already has a rough idea of where your phone is at any moment. So when someone tries to call you, the system does not start searching from scratch. It already knows which part of the network should handle your phone. That single design choice saves enormous time. And that is one of the first reasons why calls feel instant. The moment someone taps your contact and presses call, their phone immediately sends a request to the nearest cell tower. That tower does not handle everything itself. It forwards the request into a much larger telecom network. Inside this network, multiple systems start working together instantly. They check if your phone is active. They check which tower your phone is currently connected to. They decide the best route to reach you. All of this happens automatically without human involvement. Within fractions of a second, the system finds your device, and then it sends a signal back through the network. That signal reaches your phone and triggers the ring to you. It feels instant. But behind the scenes, it is a chain of extremely fast decisions happening across machines and networks. Even though we call them mobile phones, most of the journey between two phones is not wireless. Wireless communication only happens at the edges, from your phone to the nearby tower, and from the final tower to the receiving phone. Everything in between is mostly carried through physical infrastructure. Huge networks of fiber optic cables. These are not normal cables. They are thin strands of glass designed to carry pulses of light. So instead of signals flying through air across continents, most of the communication actually travels inside these glass fibers as light, moving at incredible speed. Your voice starts as sound waves in the air. When you speak into your phone, the microphone captures those vibrations. Your phone converts them into electrical signals. Those signals are then compressed into digital data. That data becomes a stream of zeros and ones. Now something remarkable happens. This digital data is converted into pulses of light. These light pulses move through fiber optic cables. Each pulse represents information about your voice. These pulses travel incredibly fast, close to 2/3 the speed of light. That means signals can cross entire countries in milliseconds. Even long international distances add very little delay. This is one of the main reasons your call connects so quickly. This part surprises most people. When a call travels between countries, it does not go through space. It goes under the ocean, across the ocean floor. There are massive networks of fiber optic cables. They connect continents together like invisible bridges. These cables carry the majority of global communication traffic, not satellites. More than 95% of international data travels through these underwater cables. They carry video calls, messages, banking data, and yes, phone calls, all silently moving through the ocean floor. Most people never see them, but they are one of the most important infrastructures on Earth. It is easy to imagine satellites handling global communication. They are visible in space and feel like the obvious solution, but satellites have a limitation. Distance. Signals must travel all the way up to space and back down again. That creates delay. Fiber optic cables, on the other hand, provide a shorter and faster path. That is why modern communication systems rely heavily on undersea and underground fiber networks. Satellites are still used in specific cases like remote areas or backup systems. But for speed and reliability, fiber is the backbone of global communication. One of the most fascinating parts of a phone call is what happens to your voice. It does not stay in one form. It keeps changing as it moves through the system. First, it is sound waves in the air. Then it becomes electrical signals inside your phone. Then it becomes digital data. Then it becomes light inside fiber optic cables. At the other end, it turns back into electrical signals, then into radio waves inside the receiver. And finally, it becomes sound again in your friend's ear. All of this transformation happens so fast that you never notice it. But your voice is constantly changing shape as it travels across the world. Now we can put everything together. Your phone rings almost instantly because your phone is already registered with nearby towers. The network already knows where to route the call. The system converts your voice into digital data immediately. That data travels through extremely fast fiber optic networks. And the distance is optimized through highly efficient routing systems. Even thousands of miles of separation do not create noticeable delay for the human brain. So what feels like instant ringing is actually a perfectly optimized global system working in milliseconds. So the next time your phone rings from someone far away, think about what just happened. A signal may have crossed continents in less time than it takes to blink. It may have traveled through glass cables thinner than a strand of hair. It may have crossed oceans without ever touching the surface. And it may have changed form multiple times before reaching you, from sound to electricity to data, to light and back again. All before you even said hello. And the most fascinating part is this. We use it every day without even thinking about it. Because the most powerful systems in the world are often the ones we never see. You know what? Now you do.